Hello, dear 3Air family, and welcome to our weekly AMA. Anita Mlakar is my name, and I'm really happy to have you here today. Looking forward to what is in front of us, the whole hour of great conversation. As usual, Sadni Bitenc, the CEO of 3Air, will be joining us, and we have a special guest coming up. I hope you're doing fine. You can write down in the comment section, how are you, where are you, what you are doing. And of course, you have also opportunity to ask questions during our AMA today. And I'm really looking forward to that questions too. As you may know, we always do a short introduction of our project at the beginning, and I will do that right now. So what is 3Air doing? The world's first blockchain platform that is to thrive on Web3 by providing broadband internet connectivity. This is what 3Air is. Let me tell you, 3 billion people cannot access blockchain services because they are not connected to the internet. So we use proprietary technology to build broadband infrastructure where others have failed. What we're trying to do is connect the unconnected to bank the unbanked, and we are actually connecting people of Africa to internet. We are doing that with two technologies, K3 last mile solution and our 3Air internet. And what happens when we connect people? When we connect them, they will get a digital identity from us. We also create their digital bank account. We are giving them a wallet. The next step is providing financial services. We have fiat onboarding and offboarding RAM and peer-to-peer cash crypto onboarding, DeFi. We are working on microloans and yield farming. Our outside partners will provide additional digital revenue streams. And once we put people through all those steps, they're connected, they're banked, and they're empowered. And all this time, and that is the real empowerment. So that is what 3Air is doing. And we will continue to do that with your help. So thank you to be a part of this family. Thank you for being with us. And you can stay with us. Please join us on Telegram, on Discord, and on Twitter. We have our channels there. And of course, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel right here if you're not subscribed yet, so that you will know when we are going live. Let me first say hello. And of course, nice welcome to Sadni Bitenc, CEO of 3Air. Hello, Sadni.
Hello. Hi, Anita. Hi, 3R fam. Hi, everyone.
Hey, like I said before, you have a great background today, Sadni.
Yeah, I'm in a spaceship.
Yes, you are. No, really. Tell us, where are you actually?
It's actually not virtual, so it's a real background. Like I can literally walk in here. Isn't it cool?
Wow.
Yeah. I'm at Sigma. So Sigma is organizing the AIBC summit that's going on next week. It's starting on Tuesday, actually. So on the 15th, there is a pre-event on Monday where we'll be also pitching 3R to some VCs. So yeah, it's cool. So that will be the Ikigai retreat, how it's called. And also a lot of side events going on. Even one is today. So we are today after the AMA. We're going to a meetup, a crypto meetup around here in Malta. So yeah, we're in Malta at Sigma.
Okay. How's the weather in Malta?
So the first days was really bad. It was raining. It was the wind was so strong. We were going a bit around, and the waves were so high that everything was flooded. But literally, when you
Really?
go, by the coast, you could not walk the streets because there were like all the waves were splashing everything over the streets and so on. So, but now 2 days is really nice. We're getting around 21 to 24 degrees. So in the sun, it's actually pretty hot. But if it's in the shade, it kind of gets a bit chilly. For me, 21, 25 is actually chilly. So I'm used to 40 degrees.
Okay. But knowing you don't have the time to, lay around on the sun. So You don't miss the sun, right?
How not? I did. I laid in the sun for 6.5 minutes.
Oh, really? Well, that's
I
something, and I'm
did.
sure that,
I
that
did.
at that time it was really warm and hot.
It was really, yeah, yeah, it was. So it was. I had a coffee in the sun, and I literally. So we have a on the roof. We have those. How do you say when you can lay down? Um, uh,
Oh yeah, I know
Sunbeds,
what you mean.
and so I had a coffee there with Petra, and we laid in the sun for 6.5 minutes.
Oh, thank God that you did that. At least that, taking a break. Sandy, I wasn't with you at the last AMA. That was my first time missing it in a year time. Did I miss something special?
Yes, yes, you did. So there's just you'll never be able to make it back. So I'm
Oh my
sorry.
God, really?
Yeah,
So should I go now?
you shouldn't be doing it anymore.
Okay.
Missing. Yeah.
Anyway,
No, it
I'm
was
really happy.
it was a nice AMA. Ruba did a great job. She was doing it for the first time, and yeah, she was amazing. Really good.
Yes, she was. I checked
Mhm.
it and she was. Of course, Ruba is great at everything. So thank you, Ruba, for taking my place. And of course, there will be another opportunity for that, I'm sure. So, Sandy, we have a really, really nice AMA today coming up. We have a special guest, and he's already waiting to be a part of this AMA. You have gotten to know him, right? You know who he is. You're already working with him, and we will have this opportunity in a second. Would you like to say something about him?
Um, I've been in a few calls with him, and he's really knowledgeable. He's really humble. I liked talking to him, and he always takes the time, explains everything in detail, and there's no problem. Whatever we asked, we kind of you know got in a sense, or they try to accommodate us. So I'm really, really happy because this was also agreed kind of on a short-term basis. So we asked a few days ago, and they didn't have anyone from the tech team. And then I just say, like, Boba, come on, you can do it. You should be the one either way, jumping on a call. And then yeah, we just agreed on that. I think yesterday evening, or even today in the morning. I don't remember anymore.
Okay. So he is a part of a business development team at Apes. I'm sorry, ApeSwap. And it is time to bring him in. Here is Boba Jan. Hello, Boba.
Nice to meet you guys, or nice to meet you, Anita. I've met Sandy a couple of times, and thank you for those kind words. Wow, you made me blush, even though I can't blush on the screen now.
No,
I'm
you fully
sorry
deserve
not
it.
to be able to see that, you know?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to come and meet up, I'm more than willing to do that. And yeah, I have always time for you guys, and I loved our working experience so far, and it's been amazing.
Well, thank you very much. I will use the opportunity, I'm sure. We have to tell that we won't be seeing Boba today live with his face. Why, Boba? You should explain.
I'll explain. Okay, so ApeSwap, we are an anonymous team. So we think at ApeSwap that our work should speak for itself, right? Because blockchain is so open, and everything that we do can be traced on the blockchain. So it's super easy to prove that we do what we say we're gonna do. And yeah, we're a fun-loving team. You know, a bunch of silly apes. I was telling the team here that when we get together on calls, it's always funny to see all the ape faces. And I was thinking, like for Sandy, what he was thinking when he met with a couple of ape pictures. But I'm glad that we got this relationship going, and I'm super excited to work with you guys. ApeSwap as well.
Yeah, I never had a problem working with an anonymous team. If the code is good, and in a way, we have blockchain, right? We should trust in the code. But if the code is not good, then yeah, then I have a problem. There are far more rug pulls being done with anonymous teams, but in the end, also Bitcoin, has an anonymous developer or founder. There are quite a lot of other projects that are anonymous and are really, really good. So it doesn't mean from the beginning that this is something bad. And I fully respect the privacy, because sometimes I would also love to be in a sense anonymous, and not it's just it comes with so many additional problems when you're not anonymous. And yeah, I'm not out for the fame, right? Some people are out for the fame. So well, exactly what I wanted to say is that I think staying anonymous is super cool if the code is actually working, and you can trust in that the funds are safe there.
Okay,
I
now
totally agree.
I do have some questions for you, Boba, today, but also I would like to invite everybody who's with us today to use the opportunity and, of course, ask questions in the comment section. But in the meantime, before we introduce ApeSwap, maybe Boba, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your way? How did you get to do what you're doing right now?
Sure. So I've been around ApeSwap since the beginning, more or less, as part of the community. And the nice thing at ApeSwap is if they find you to be knowledgeable and be able to elevate you from the community to the core team, because we function as a DAO, then they do so. So that was awesome to have that opportunity. My background is in business. I do have a master's degree in business. And, I came to blockchain. I would say blockchain and not crypto because of the openness, right? And the things that you could accomplish with it. And that's why I think you guys are doing such, phenomenal work, because I think that you're accomplishing a real problem, and you're solving a real problem. So I think for me, that's exciting to be a part of. Yeah, I think that's, and I am on the business development team. Like Sandy said, I was trying to get a dev, but I'll do my best to explain the products, and what we're doing together as best I can.
Thank you very much. You are located in Europe, in Italy, right?
I'm in Italy, loving the sun. I am in the northern part of Italy, so there's a lot of sun, and yeah, I'm not so fortunate to lie next to the beach, but at least Malta is close. So if it's just an flight away, so maybe I can meet up with Sandy someday. I don't know
Well, I'm not
how
staying
long
in
he's gonna
Malta.
stay.
Yeah, I'm not staying
Yeah,
in Malta. So my base is actually Dubai, but I'm here now for 2 weeks. And look,
2
if you're
weeks.
so close, just we still have some tickets available for the event. So you're welcome. We'll get you some tickets. By the way, if anyone from the community wants to come to Malta, visit us, let us know. We still have some tickets.
That's an
Wow.
awesome. That's an awesome offer. I'll DM you.
Yeah, look, just DM me, and you get a special platinum, top,
Oh wow,
yeah, ticket.
making me blush again. Thank you very much, Sandy.
Welcome.
I'm tempted too, to
You
come
were
to
you
Malta.
were already invited.
I know. Thank you. Thank you. So, Boba, let's talk a little bit about ApeSwap. What does ApeSwap do?
Great question. So, mostly a decentralized exchange. We have obviously a suite of products that we offer, but we started off as a decentralized exchange and an automated market maker. So, an open place where people can come to trade and trade tokens. And we wanted this openness because we wanted everybody to partake and partake in the economy, partake in finance, and that's the reason why we decided to build this DEX. And then we have a bunch of other products. Obviously, we're trending at the moment to be the most sustainable DEX out there, and in a while I'll explain that a little bit further. But we try and be a place where projects can come and we can actually work with them, help them with their liquidity management, and make sure that they take care of their token for their community, right? Because if you take care of your token, and you ultimately take care of your community that believes in the project and the token, right? So that's ApeSwap. We have a launch pad, pools, farms, treasury bills, which we get into. So a lot of things for people to partake in.
Would you please tell us a little more about your token?
Okay, so ApeSwap has a 2-token system. So our token is the banana token. So obviously, being apes, we decided to choose the banana as our token. It's a farming token, so we give it out as rewards. We have recently hard capped it because we just think that we can't be telling people to become more sustainable if we're not practicing what we preach, so to say. So we've hard capped our token. We're moving towards these sustainability goals that we have in mind. And then the second part of this is we have a governance token, which is called GNANA. So it's basically, that stands for golden banana. And we combined that to say GNANA. And that obviously they get a couple of extra benefits, but ultimately that is meant to partake in the governance of the DAO. So we have a lot of votes that go out, especially the hard cap was the last vote we did. And the community that holds GNANA, anybody with any amount of GNANA, you can go and you can vote and have a say in ApeSwap. Hope that explains it.
Yes, thank you. So maybe a little more about the LPs and how do they work on ApeSwap?
Great question. So obviously the LPs is a huge part of ApeSwap and a huge part of what we try and reward. So LP providers is any person like yourself or me that comes to the platform, provides liquidity. So that means you provide an LP pair, so basically 3 air and BNB you provide. And then what you would get in return is we have a couple of extra juicy things people get in return now, but normally you get swap fees, right? So of every swap, there's a fee, and about 75% of that fee gets returned to the user that actually provided those LPs. So it's a place where we would like to incentivize people so that they can also partake in the projects that they love, and support those projects.
Yeah, so maybe just
Okay.
to reiterate it a bit, ApeSwap is actually an AMA, so automatic market maker, or a DEX. It's the same as Uniswap or PancakeSwap. They're cross-chain, and they have some additional functionalities that the other ones don't have. So so that's what ApeSwap actually is. And what a swap is when you switch, the change from one token to the other. So if you would change, Bitcoin to Ethereum, or you buy, for instance, 3R with BNB or BUSD, you do a swap. So and for that, you actually need to have somebody who makes the market, so somebody who buys and somebody who sells always. So this is how it is. And how it's done in the DEXs is that there are always a pair of tokens provided. So you have a pool with 3R and BNB, and they're always 50-50 to each other in regards to the price. So there's always you are then on this curve. You can always change from 3R to BNB, and whoever provides this 3R and BNB in a pool gets back an LP token. So this is LP, and LP actually stands for liquidity provider. So when you provide liquidity, then you get LP tokens back, and then ApeSwap rewards you for that additionally.
It's an amazing explanation.
Yeah, thank you, Sandy. Thank you for this explanation. So, Boba, we're talking about LPs, and the other thing, because we're also educating people here, and this is really important, we would like to talk also about something that you made or came up with. Those are treasury bills, right?
Exactly.
Could you tell us a little more about it?
For sure. So treasury bills is something. Let me just maybe step take a step back and just explain why we decided to go this route, right? I explained a little bit about us trying to become the most sustainable DEX, right? So Treasury Bills is a way for us to build sustainability in the sense that you are building your liquidity profile out. So what does that mean? So every single project out there has a liquidity pool, and that liquidity pool, like the LP pair that we spoke about and Sandy explained so well, people provide those two pieces of that LP token. They provide it to a liquidity pool, and the liquidity pool is just a way that you can go easily into a trade, right? So I can put in BNB and get out 3 air tokens. And if you have this liquidity pool nice and deep, so deep meaning there's a lot of money inside of this liquidity pool, it's easy for users to trade tokens because, like Sandy mentioned, there's this slant or this curve which they call the constant product formula. And what that means is if that liquidity pool is deeper, so there's more liquidity inside that pool, it's easier for users to partake in that trade because once you trade $1 worth of BNB, you'll get $1 worth of 3 air tokens back. So we try and help projects build that liquidity pool because that just helps them with their users and helps their community to trade well. Because sometimes what happens is if that liquidity pool isn't deep enough, I would put in $1 of BNB, but I would only get out, say, 75 cents or 80 cents of 3 air tokens. And we don't want that. We want everybody to partake, and we want people to have favorable conditions and to trade their tokens, and it to be as open as possible. And then going back to Treasury Bills, right? Treasury Bills was a solution to this. So we built out this product thinking about ourselves, right? Scratching our own itch. And for the banana token, we saw that we needed our liquidity pool to be a lot deeper because we had a lot of users actually trading that token. So what we did with Treasury Bills is it's a way to incentivize users to support the projects that they love. So they supported ApeSwap by selling their LP tokens that they had to ApeSwap, and in return they would get more banana tokens. So it's sort of a way where you can incentivize your community to support the project, right? Because ultimately, community members love if the project is around for a long time because then they can get invested, they can partake in the Telegram groups, they can support the project thoroughly. And that's the whole reason why we came up with this structure. It is new, so it's difficult to understand, but we have a lot of material on it. So if anybody needs more info, I can provide links after this, and we can explain it a little bit more.
Yes, of course. We will be talking also where they can get more information and where they can find you a little later. So this is why they are different from, let's say, traditional LPs, right? Like you explained.
Yeah, so it's still the LP model, but basically it's a way for you to support the project that you love. So what you would go and you would essentially trade your LP tokens for more of your project that you love's tokens. So you would get a nice discount. So say I would go and I would trade $100 worth of LP tokens, and if the discount is 6%, I would get $106 worth of 3 air tokens because I'm supporting this project, and they would like to reward you. The 3 air project would like to reward you for helping the project out, right? So it's sort of a way where you can get your community involved to build that liquidity pool nice and deep, so that in future users can come and trade easily. It's not that there's unfavorable price impacts or slippages. Those are all big terms, but basically what it means is you get less for your buck. You're right, you get less bang for your buck. You get that 80 cents that I spoke about instead of the $1 that you really wanted to trade.
Yeah, it's just because that when you buy something, the
Oh,
price changes, right? So if you buy a token, the price will go up, and then because you bought so much that the price went up, when you push the price up 20%, then you also only get 80% of the trade that you put in. So this is why. And then when the liquidity pool is deeper, so when there's more money in, you can make bigger trades without actually moving the price.
Perfect. That's exactly it.
okay. So you have partnership also with 3Air. We will be talking about that, but just tell me, uh, what kind of partnerships do you offer, to crypto projects? Why would they connect to ApeSwap?
Good question. So at the moment, like I mentioned, we are trending towards sustainability. So meaning helping projects build out that liquidity pool that we spoke about. And obviously, when that's easy and nice and deep, then we know that we support all the trades and all the volume of users and community members that want to trade. So I guess what ApeSwap is, does differently that no other DEX does is that we actually use analytical models. We use all the data that we have collected on coins and tokens to make sure that we're advising and we're there every step of the way with our partners, right? We're not letting them just go out and do whatever they think is best. We can actually provide them with data and tell them, like, listen, we think that this could be better for you and your community and your longevity, right? So I think that's the key difference that ApeSwap is trending towards. And we've just seen that that is a way for projects to build and be here for a long term.
And I think it makes a lot of sense when you say about sustainability, because the swaps or the dexes are sustainable in a sense. You want people to trade there, right? To swap tokens, and for them to actually swap tokens, you need to give them the best option, so the deepest liquidity, and the most of the tokens. And when the liquidity, the LPs, people usually don't hold the LPs, so they'll try in the beginning and make some money off of it, but then they'll probably just because you can actually trade the LP tokens back, and give it back to the DEX, and then you'll get your share of the pool. So in our case, 3R and BNB. But the project itself, usually they really want to have the pools as deep as possible. They really care about the deep pool, while the users usually don't. So when the projects themselves hold their own liquidity, it's far more sustainable and far more likely that the pool will stay there, and that the money will stay actually in the in ApeSwap. So I think it's a really cool method, and that you're doing.
Thank you. Yeah, that's exactly it.
Okay, dear community, please do write down if you do understand that. If you have any questions, you're welcome, of course, to ask them. Now, Boba and Sandy, do tell us a little more about our partnership with 3Air. How did it came to this partnership, and what is it about, and how?
Yeah,
Like,
so I'll start. So it's actually we provided some liquidity on ApeSwap, and we're actually aiming to have the majority of the liquidity. I think right now already we have the majority, the biggest pool actually on ApeSwap. So we have there a 3 Airbnb pool, as we were talking about, and then Boba offered us to set up. A farm for us, and also a treasury bill for us. So this is the partnership part, and we didn't talk about farms. So what farms actually are is when you can stake the LP tokens in a contract, so kind of in this farm, and then while the LP tokens are there, a stake there, you'll get a reward. And right now, actually, ApeSwap is providing their own banana token for the rewards, so we're not diluting the 3R token. And then afterwards, we started our treasury bill, and with the treasury bill you could then take the same LP tokens or create new ones, and then you can in a sense sell it to us. So through the pool you would sell or you would give away your LP tokens, and then you'll get 3R tokens back at a discount. So I don't know, Boba, do you know what the discount is right now actually?
I think when I last checked, I checked about, let's say, half an hour ago, it was 9%. So it's
9%.
it's a pretty decent discount. And yeah, I just want to shout out, like Sandy, you explained that banana farm incredibly well. But yeah, if anybody would like to partake, it's open. You get rewarded in banana. Um, that's our token. There's so many things that you can do on the platform with that. There's some pools that you can go and stake that in, and then obviously we would love it if you would partake in treasury bills and support 3Air, and make sure that you're obviously getting that nice discount. But then it's also like a benefit because there's a nice NFT that you get with this. It's limited edition to 3Air for this bill, and that's a nice little incentive that we throw in. And the nice part of this is as well, if you get those tokens, you could go back, right? You could go back and pair those again with BNB, and go back into the farm and earn more banana. So we would love it if community members partake in it this way. It just helps us out, and it helps obviously 3Air out. And I know that's what the community wants.
Wow, it sounds great, and we all love bananas. That's for sure, right? So yeah, let's do that. Just joking a little bit. Okay, now we had a nice comment. I hope you saw it. So John said that that he knows both, working with both of you, and is really looking forward to
Awesome.
this partnership. Thank you, thank you.
Thanks, John. That's
Oh,
awesome.
okay. So this is really a nice partnership. And since you were explaining so much about what you are doing and how people can participate, so Boba, how can actually people learn more about it? Where can they find you? Where can they read about it? How can they find you?
So on ApeSwap, if you go to ApeSwap, you'll see there is a tab that says raise, and there you would find the treasury bills. You would find 3Air there. If you go to ApeSwap and you go to our banana farm section, you'll see free areas right at the top, because obviously we would like to promote 3Air as much as possible. And then you can also see there's a tab that says explore, and on that explore tab there's documentation. But I could also drop that. We could drop that in. I don't know if we can drop it here, but maybe we can drop it in the Telegram group or anywhere that the community can access it. But there's a lot of detail on this, and if you just go to our Twitter page as well, you'll see we do a lot of education, and there's a lot of education on this upcoming. And it's sort of just because this is so new, right? Like it's not farming, it's not a pool, it's something totally different. We have to be mindful that we have to take users through this experience and help them understand why this is important.
Okay, Boba, I went through your page. I see that you're also active and having conversations on Twitter, on Reddit, on Discord, on Telegram. And what I really liked is that you have so many sentences starting on your page. How to do something, so you are really educating people, and I think they will really learn a lot also at your page.
Thank you. That's amazing to hear.
Okay, Richard
There's
is.
also a question, yeah.
Yeah.
Richard, that's a
great.
great.
Also. Mhm.
That's a great question. So at the moment, right as we're speaking, I don't know if I may say this, maybe I'm spoiling something, but we're recording videos as we speak, and yeah, I'm thinking we'll have those out before the end of the year, and those would explain specifically how it works, how the mechanics works, why it's important, and why we would love for community members to partake in this. So yeah, that's coming. Watch our socials. I'll probably also be sharing that with Sandy and the team, and they'll could share that on your Telegram as well and your Twitter if they want. So yeah, it's coming.
Cool. Look, Boba, what I wanted to ask also is which chains is your DEX already operational on? And also, can you tell us a bit how you compare in regards to fees to other DEXs?
Great question. Or questions. So first of all, chains. We started off on the BNB chain, second largest DEX by many metrics behind PancakeSwap. We started nearly 2 years ago on the BNB chain, about, let's say, a year and a half ago on Polygon. And then we also recently expanded to Ethereum and Telos. So Telos is our newest expansion, and we're excited about that partnership as well. And then to answer your second question, our fees, like I said, we take on every swap a 0.2% fee, but actually 75% of that fee goes to the LP provider. So it goes to the community members, the people that partake in ApeSwap. So that actually goes to the ApeSwap treasury as just a 0.05%, so really small. And then comparing to to PancakeSwap, it's more or less comparable. To the other dexes on BNB chain, it's more or less comparable. Obviously, Uniswap V3 is the most efficient one at the moment, and obviously with less costs. But we're trending in that direction, and you'll also hear something soon. I'm not gonna spoil, but you'll hear something soon about that as well.
Okay, so you're also going to V3 and the pools where you can actually optimize your liquidity a bit and provide it from a price to price.
So V3, obviously that still Uniswap V3 is still, I think it's still under close. You can't really see what they're doing. So they had 1 year where they closed everything off, but we're looking at a bunch of models out there. So the balancer model, V3, Uniswap V3, we're looking at a lot of things and trying to see what makes sense for us moving towards the sustainability that we mentioned and what makes sense with capital efficiency in mind, especially looking at protocol owned liquidity and sustainability.
No, cool. But I also think that Uniswap is a bit more expensive in regards to fees. It depends. There you can actually choose when you're an LP provider, you can actually choose how much the fee will be, right?
Exactly. It's sort of a gaming system where they have these tranches where you would sort of invest your money. I think that may confuse people, but basically, you could be very capital efficient if there's a lot of people in that tranche. But if there's not, then obviously capital efficiency, the user can decide what they want to set the rate at, the trading fee, which obviously is not ideal for most trades. But yeah, I think I'll leave it at that. Still a long way to go, but we're looking constantly. Luckily, we have a dev team working on this 24/7, and like I said, they're extremely busy at the moment. Something I didn't mention about Treasury Bills, there is a Zap function. So if somebody goes to the Treasury Bill, there's an easy way to get your LP tokens. So there's a Zap function. If you click on the 3 Airbnb token or Treasury Bill, you'll see at the bottom left of that little window that pops up, there's a Zap function. Easy to go from BNB or Bitcoin or Ethereum into your LP tokens, and then it's easy to go to Treasury Bills and partake.
With one click.
One click.
Or two.
2 clicks.
One click away.
So first to Zap and then second to partake. But we're trying to get it to 1 click.
Yeah, and the capital efficiency indexes is a totally other conversation that will take another hour or two or three probably. So we'll not open that Pandora's box.
If you want, I'll get one of our devs on board, and we can chat about it on one of your AMAs if you want to dedicate one to that.
Let's see if the community wants it at one point in time. Why not?
Awesome.
Yeah. We gave a lot of information today. We did educate a lot, and I'm sure that people will also look up for you and find out more. I would really like to thank you, Boba, for being with us today. May I just ask you, Boba, are you originally from Italy?
No, I'm not. So that's the reason
No.
I. Sandy probably don't want to hear this, but I tried to speak with Sandy just because of this. I'm super passionate about Africa because I am African. So that's the first reason why I wanted to get in contact with Sandy and wanted him to collab with us. So I'm super happy that this happened, and I think it was meant to
Okay.
be.
Yeah, and if you listen to
Wow.
Boba speak, there's this yeah, and that you all know where he's from immediately.
Yeah, South
Yeah,
Africa.
that is
So
why I asked.
yeah, South Africa. So I'm also African, but yeah, I'm super excited for what you guys are gonna achieve. I'm amped for it.
Okay.
Thanks.
Really looking forward to get to know you personally. Oh, there will be opportunity, I'm sure. And
Yeah,
in the
yeah, for
meantime,
sure.
of course, thank you very much for being a part of this AMA, and looking forward to the next one. As you spoke to Sandy, there will be a next one about other things. So thank you very much, and have a great day.
Thank you so much, guys, and thanks for having us. And long may this partnership continue. Love your
Excellent.
background,
And let,
Sandy.
yeah, let me know. Let me know if you come to Malta.
For sure, for sure. Um, yeah, it sounds incredible. I would say so. Gonna look at tickets now.
Okay. Bye-bye. Bye. Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye, guys. Bye.
Oh, wow. It was so many information. It's educational and inspiring. So really, really glad that Boba was with us. Sandy, we have a couple of more minutes to talk about 3Air and what is going on. And of course, for you to give us the market update because it was interesting again this week, right?
Yeah, I don't know if yeah, you can say interesting. Some people were
Yeah.
probably crying, but it was. I was just like, this is like a action movie or something, that happened in the last few days, or a horror movie or something like that. But we got another giant in the crypto space collapsing, and that's actually Alameda Research, and it dragged down FTX. So I think we can say the second biggest exchange, actually, so just after Binance. And it started, I think, on Friday or Thursday, previous week, and some information came out. Somebody leaked some info that Alameda Research is actually a VC fund, so they are investing in new projects and supporting them and so on. So apparently their balance sheet was not what they were saying it is. It was inflated with their own token. So FTX issues their own token, like 3Air, right? And then um, Alameda was actually leveraging that token and took out loans against it, and was buying other stuff with it that were also illiquid. So at one point in time, they became illiquid, and it also, because FTX was actually bailing them out a few times, and giving them a lot of tokens. That came out, and then in a sense, a bank run started, and they did a really, really crucial mistake. I think, yeah, it started already a few weeks or a few months ago. So the owner of FTX and Alameda Research is Sam Bankman-Fried, or SBF as they call him, and He was lately lobbying for a lot of regulation and regulation in DeFi space that not a lot of crypto projects actually wanted or liked. And I was giving you my opinion on regulation already in the past. I do think that some regulation should be there, but of course not. We should not KYC each and every wallet or DEX or whatever. So I think he was crossing a bit the line, and then he was also poking at CZ. So the owner of Binance, they're a bit bigger than them, and I think there was a small war going on between those guys, and. Then CZ came out and said that they'll be selling off all the FTT tokens, so all the FTX issued tokens, because they were actually their early investor, and they had like really a huge amount of the token there. And they said like, this is not going good. We're just gonna sell the token on the open market, and they actually announced that, and then everyone else started selling. And then they from FTX or Alameda, they actually came and openly said that they'll be buying the token for $22 off of Binance of CZ. And that was really, really bad, because if you do such an announcement publicly, you just invite in speculators, and then I think FTT token was one of the most heavy shorted tokens right now. And of course, they didn't they couldn't be they couldn't support a price at $22 for long. And then afterwards, everything just collapsed. SBF, so Sam Bankman-Fried, he was actually still tweeting out that everything's fine, that they are not leveraged, and in the FTX exchange, they don't leverage users' funds, and that everything's there. But also, then after half a day or a day, they stopped withdrawals, and we've seen this a few times this year already. When the withdrawals are stopped, there is something really, really ugly going on. So there was a liquidity crunch that came because of all of this, and they were just illiquid. And then Sam Bankman-Fried actually went to CZ and asked him for help. And CZ is so Binance is right now looking into buying up whole FTT. So with one blow, they actually took out the biggest competitor that they had, and buying them up, accumulating him totally in full. So this is what happened, and it just dragged everything down. I think there's the elections, and looking at the markets, also the elections are not really supporting the markets right now. The Europe has started raising interest rates a lot again. So the DXY or the Dixie did come down a bit. So euro is now again worth more than $1. But this usually is bullish for the markets. But right now, I think it's not the right way how it's actually going. But it's just when everyone is hiking up the rates, the money just flows out of the stock markets and other assets, and is going into cash. This is what's happening right now, and causing the markets to crash down a bit. And of course, the big crash that we've seen in the last 2 days. And there was, I think, in the crypto market, there was almost 260 billion, I think, wiped out in 2 days alone. So it was really, really crazy. And it looks like it's still continuing. I don't know if Alameda and FTX are selling off all the assets that they have or something like that. But for sure, it looks like there'll be some more pain coming in the next few days, weeks. But I do think that now that the second biggest exchange has crashed, I think this could literally mean that the crypto winter is coming to an end. So I hopefully we see this clean out now, and then we have a bit of a more healthy market, and we can start building up from here again, hopefully.
It is about time.
Yes.
Okay, Sandy, now looking at all this, I know you gave us an explanation, but how do you feel about all this? I mean, what is your personal opinion, following all this, seeing what is happening, and of course, building, let's say, a good project in the crypto world?
Well, for now, yeah, of course, we are affected. I cannot say that we're not, right? So our token is just not performing as well as it would if we would be in a bull market. So that's for sure. Also, fundraising is harder and everything, and people are just they're all on their toes. They're really antsy, whatever, a small thing that they don't like, they're really they can get angry really fast and so on, and then start fudding and those things. But it's the market. It's not really us. We are doing our work as much as we can, and it's also it's hard to build a community in such a market because there are just people left the space and so on. So it does pose challenges. And yeah, it's as they say, the best project survived the bear market, and the some other projects, they just don't. And this is how you get a healthy market in the end. So we are doing our best to really go and get through this bear market. Our product, we are 100% certain and confident that our product is good, that it's needed, and it'll have huge adoption. But we still need to build it out in full. So that's how it is, and this is what we're focused on right now, not so much on the markets.
Yeah, this is what is happening right now. So, Sandy, thank you. We have a comment here. Just let me see. Is the token release schedule about 1 million tokens a day? Unfortunately, I haven't figured that out through the website yet.
I don't know how many tokens per day are actually issued. I don't know. So there is a chart. If you go to app.3r.io and you open up the app and log in, you'll see a release chart. And there is exactly how many tokens are released into the market. But I don't know it off the top of my head how many tokens are released. But I don't think that 1 million is released. I don't think so.
Okay, we have one from
And for
Richard.
sure,
Hi,
for
Sandy.
sure,
Will
you
next
also need to understand that not everything that is released is actually going to hit the market. So there are quite a lot of more tokens released for the staking rewards that are actually given out as a staking reward. So those are actually going to be given as staking rewards for a prolonged time. Also, some of the tokens are released into the marketing, and nothing from marketing is actually we're not 3R is not selling anything into the market right now. So we will actually, everything that would go to our wallets is, nothing from that is hitting the market. Yeah.
Richard is asking, will next week be the on the ground update? We need some good news building during the bear market.
I don't know. So there are some things going on in DRC. Some things are moving. We are waiting for some good news from there. And once we get that, and it's out of our hands, right? So it's a waiting game, nothing else. Once we get that, we'll do a market update from on ground.
Okay. We are really grateful for this great community, Sandy, that we're having, and everything that is going also on Telegram and on other channels. And we also have a voting going on where people can vote for our project, right?
Yes, absolutely. I don't know if we have this the in the captions so that we can display it on screen where people should go. But I think there is a link in our Telegram channel if nobody else is there. And what it is actually we've been nominated for the most impactful social project of the year. And yeah, we're competing against a few other projects, and let's just go. A part of the vote is actually up on the community. You go, you vote. Part of this is yeah, it is going to be part of the how we who gets this reward. So um I don't know how to call that.
And when will it be the announcement of the winner?
It's going to be during the AIBC, but I don't know exactly which date. I think it should be stated there. I'll for sure be at the event, that I'm sure. I don't know when it is, but I'll be there. And we'll let's see. I think we'll be doing a live update from there. I'll ask some of the team members to film it a bit and so on. So let's see. Hopefully we get this one. That would be amazing. I do think that we're doing really, really good work with connecting schools in Africa, and I think that should be impactful enough. Because we're actually doing the on ground work, and up until now we connected, I think, almost 3,000 students to internet for free.
Oh wow, that deserves a award. I really
Hopefully,
hope that
hopefully.
that
Yeah.
3R gets it. So thank you for voting for 3R project, and you can continue to do that this week. And of course, then we will see how it ends. Sandy, what are you planning up for this day or whatever it is left from this day, and then in the next days?
So today, just after, we are going to this crypto meetup here in Malta, and let's see. I'll have a presentation there, and
Single it.
yeah, we'll try and record it also, or maybe we'll even be able to have it live. Not 100% sure if there's a good enough connection there. So yeah, this is for today, and tomorrow it's just gonna be standard work, and Friday then some team members are coming over on Saturday, and then yeah, on Monday we are having the pitch at in front of a few VCs at the Ikigai retreat, and then I think there's the first side event in the evening of Monday, and I think though there are multiple events going on here in the next week. So one is Sigma, that's more gaming, like Web2 gaming or traditional gaming oriented, and also some casino oriented. So this is Sigma, and then alongside it, it's the AIBC that's fully crypto oriented, and then there's also some tech event and some med tech, something medical going on in this space. So there should be around 15,000 people here, I think, in next week.
Oh, all right. Okay. Okay, Sandy. So we did come to the end of this AMA. We'll be here, of course, next week, the same time, same hour, and are already inviting all of you to be with us and to prepare questions, of course, if you have some for Sandy or for maybe a special guest that will be with us. Thank you very much for taking your time. Thank you very much for sharing everything you did, and enjoy your staying in Malta. Not just work. Do use some free time, just to relax a little bit, a little bit.
Yeah, well, there'll be time for free time and relaxation. No
Yeah,
worries.
yeah,
So
okay.
next week we are actually gonna have the AMA from the AIBC, probably from our own booth there. That see if it's not too crowdy and I can speak, we'll do it like that. And yes, if anyone wants to come down to Malta, visit us, please let us know in Telegram or wherever. We still have some tickets available, and we would love to share with our community.
Thank you very much, and do vote for the 3R project. Have a nice rest of the day, and we'll be back in a week's time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.